Man, I will never get tired of that beat. It is just on point. Welcome to this week's podcast, Daily Econ, with me, your host, Phantom. Now, as per tradition, we usually open up with a dry joke, so here's this week's dry joke. If A is for apple and B for banana, then what is C for? Plastic explosives. I know. But it's tradition and we have to uphold it. First off, I just want to say thank you to everyone who listened to my last episode. I wasn't expecting the numbers to go that crazy. It's really humbling. It's really humbling. I looked at the analytics and I was shocked. People from France, people from America, they tuned in to listen, and I'm lost for words. I truly am. Now, this week I want to talk about money. Before we begin, I'd just like to apologize for the quality of the audio in this episode. I'm using Ep.2 to record these episodes in an undisclosed location. It's pretty unorthodox, but whatever gets the job done, I'm cool with it. So usually, most of the time, I hear people ask a question or say a statement rather, saying, well, why don't they just print more money? Hence today's episode name, Buzz, print that dough. Sounds logical, right? I mean, who doesn't want more money? If they print more money, we get money. Everyone is happy. Money gets you your semblance of joy, semblance of peace. Other people say money buys happiness. Isn't that so? But I'm definitely not doing a podcast for money. I'm just doing it for the sheer joy. And to be honest with you, joy does emanate from doing a podcast. I'm doing something that I love, something that I enjoy. So it's definitely not for the money. Ultimately, when you have more currency, when you have more kwacha, whatever currency that you use, you have more spending power. And when you have more spending power, you can consume more goods. You buy things like phones, you buy things like Hungry Lion, and like the typical Zambian that you are, you order a big bite too, with a side of fruticana. Ah, yes, the true definition of joy. It all seems straightforward, doesn't it? For goodness sake, doesn't our government want us to prosper, I hear you ask? I mean, the equation is so simple. More money equals more joy. No wonder Chef has failed to have a pot belly. With this economy, how can you have a pot belly, for goodness sake? Pipe down, brethren. Calm down. Breathe in and breathe out. Quite a rant there, eh? Now, before we talk about joy, i.e. Hungry Lion with a side of fruticano, and how it's related to having more money, we first, of course, need to understand the fundamentals. What is the intention of a country's currency? What is currency in itself? And how much currency is too much? A currency is a standardization of money in any form. It is in widespread use and is generally accepted as a medium of exchange by people. So, currency in the context of Zambia is the Zambian kwacha, which includes banknotes and coins. Now, this money is used to buy vital consumer goods like groundnuts and cassava, commodities vital for human survival. So now, with currency in circulation, we need to have a regulator. We need to have a body that sets the do's and don'ts. Enter the Bank of Zambia, or as I like to call them, BOZ. BOZ is in charge of regulating money supply in an economy, i.e. how many kwachas are in circulation. Through a series of different policy, BOZ is able to influence the supply of the kwacha. Now, back to the question at hand. Why doesn't BOZ just print money? As if I'm not a citizen the way the government treats me. Well, to understand why BOZ have seemingly put us squire, we need to look at inflation. Take for instance, BOZ prints hundreds of billions of kwacha and releases it into the economy. The effect of this very large increase in money supply on the market will certainly be felt by you. You have more kwacha to buy Hungry Lion, but so will I, but not for Hungry Lion, for KFC. And many more people will have more kwacha. More money in your pocket, right? Well, what does this increase in income, also known as disposable income, have? Well, it puts pressure on businesses. In the short run, to cope, they increase prices to reduce the demand. The intention is to put people off from consuming. So, when they increase prices, less people consume because less people can afford it. Rising prices reduce a consumer's spending power. So that initial increase in money supply by Boz caused inflation to rise. So what does this do to your money? Well, the increase in prices reduces your spending power. It degrades your wealth. You are unable to buy as much as you did before with the same amount of money. So this leads to a degrading of standards of living. In extreme cases, hyperinflation can occur due to excessive increases in money supply or money printing. Prices may be inflated by enormous amounts and people may be unable to cope. So, when you have a situation where the money supply, in this case the Zimbabwean dollars, are huge, enormous, because of printing money, it puts pressure on foreign reserves. They are limited. This causes the exchange rate to increase further, leading to a spiral of negative growth, further degrading people's living standards. Starting to see why Boss doesn't print money haphazardly whenever, right? Yeah. I want to end on a high though. What you have to understand is not all inflation is bad, and not all increases in money supply is bad. Simply, what needs to be present are properly formulated structures and concerted efforts that ensure the effectiveness of the policy that BOS employs. But if there's confusion and haphazardness, and ignorance to say the least, people will indeed suffer. Issues of printing money are truly, truly sensitive, and we cannot disregard them. So now you know why BOS doesn't consider your feelings at all. In the right hands, such tools can be used to a country's advantage and towards the sustainable development of any country and filling in gaps. Such policy can be used to ensure sustainable development of any nation. Thank you guys so much. And I just want to end by saying that the numbers have really been humbling. I last checked them last night and I was truly truly surprised. Keep sharing, keep clicking, and yeah, understand the fundamentals. Phantom out.